in a television studio shows Phil Hartman and Joe King sitting in chairs. Hartman: hello, I'm Hill Fartman, and welcome to this year's 8th installment of SNL's Crazy Critics, where one of our in-house critics critiques the last SNL episode. Joining us this week is none other than the producer of Saturday Night Live, Joe King. Welcome, Joe. King: pleasure to be here, Fartman. As you know, I typically allow one of our in-house critics to critique the last SNL episode, but since this is a very special episode, with it being the return of all-time SNL great Kate McGinnis, I decided to take the reins and handle the critique myself. Hartman: so you, as the executive producer, are replacing the talent with yourself. King: that's right. Hartman: very well. What did you think of the cold open? King: I like the cold opens where they get the whole cast in there, and it was hosted by Bowen and the beautiful, lovely, and talented Miss Heidi Gardner. Speaking of gardeners, I'd like to plant some seeds in her soil, if you know what I mean. Hartman: let's just keep it to the sketch itself, Joe. King: anyway, there were several funny jokes about Christmas that they covered, but what was with the white girlfriend being an unwelcome guest? Frankly, I thought that was a bit racist. Hartman: you can't be racist against white people. They've historically been the oppressors. King: that doesn't mean you can't be racist against white people now. I mean, what if the beautiful, lovely, and talented Sarah Sherman's character had been Jewish? Ever hear of the Holocaust? Hartman: enough with the race baiting. Let's get back to the show. King: I suggest we spend 20 minutes getting into the minutia of modern-day race relations. Hartman: absolutely not. What did you think of Kate McGinnis' monologue? King: the beautiful, lovely, and talented Kate McGinnis looked as sexy as ever in her monologue, and I spent the whole time fantasizing about getting into her pants. Hartman: you know she's a lesbian, right? King: so what? You can't fantasize about lesbians all of a sudden? She's still got a coochie, doesn't she? But my fantasy became a menage a quad when the beautiful, lovely, and talented duo of Maya Rudolph and Kristen Wiig also came out during the monologue. And I don't care, Fartman, if they're also lesbians. Hartman: as far as I know, they're both straight. King: sure, okay. Either way, gay or straight, it was quite a pleasure for me to see all that star power out there. Hartman: wonderful. What did you think of the sketch North Pole News? King: I love the open with the beautiful, lovely, and talented Chloe Fineman as Poppy Tinselbottom. I would definitely like to search Chloe's bottom for tinsel, if you know what I mean. Hartman: please don't let this review devolve into you making sexual innuendos about the entire female cast. What did you think of the actual sketch? King: I thought it was a funny premise with killer whales attacking the North Pole, and Kate was very funny as a Scottish-sounding witness to the terror that unfolded, culminating in a whale breaking through the ice at the end of the sketch, not unlike me piercing through Chloe Fineman's bottom. Hartman: what did you think of the next video sketch, Pongo? King: it was a very funny premise of a family at Christmas getting a pet that isn't alive or dead. It just is, with no holes, which may have been a problem for me. Hartman: disgusting. King: anyway, the beautiful, lovely, and talented Sarah Sherman stole the show as the mom who turns on Pongo and tries to bury him in the yard. Unlike Pongo, Sarah certainly has holes, so unlike her family, I would choose her any day of the week over Pongo. Hartman: please refrain from mentioning that Sarah Sherman has holes. Anyway, what did you think of the next sketch, ABBA Christmas? King: it was a great joy to see Kate joined by Kristen and Maya along with Bowen to spoof the band ABBA, the Fleetwood Mac of cold weather, as James said, and I thought it was very funny as they contorted themselves in various positions as they were singing. Great job by the four ladies. Hartman: Bowen's not a lady, he's a man. King: I thought in this new gender-bending age we live in now that gays were using female pronouns. Hartman: not all of them. King: well, how am I supposed to keep track? Okay, fine. It was a great job by three ladies and a flamer. Hartman: Good God, that's not okay. Anyway, what did you think of the next sketch, Gifts from Mom? King. I love James's line, Steve is my dad's name, call me Mr. Collins. And this whole sketch was beautifully and hilariously written, with Kate playing a self-conscious mom thinking she's horrible at giving gifts, and James is a dad who did give terrible gifts to his daughter's boyfriends, including a book on how to pick up women and a hat that said FML. And Kate had many tremendous lines, including telling her daughters, I'm lucky you didn't come out whores. Though that's too bad for the rest of us that Chloe and the beautiful, lovely, and talented Molly Carney didn't come out as whores, am I right? Hartman, you are so not right. Anyway, what did you think of the video Tampon Farm? King, I thought it was a very funny song about women with guitars farming tampons, as the name would suggest, and it was great getting even more Maya and Kristen. Plus, we had cameos from the beautiful, lovely, and talented trio of Paula Pell, Greta Gerwig, and Billie Eilish, giving me another fantasy of a menage a trois. Hartman, you know, prefacing the adjectives beautiful, lovely, and talented does not make your fantasies any less objectionable. What did you think of Billie Eilish's performance of the song, What Was I Made For? King, the song was beautiful, Billie did great, and I can answer the question what that little harlot was made for. It rhymes with tax. Hartman, King, you're right, I should have said it rhymes with chucking. Hartman, moving on, what did you think of Weekend Update? King, great jokes as always. I like the quip that the milk guy looked like Santa if he stormed the Capitol, comparing Claudine Gay to Steve Urkel, and Michael inheriting his family's learning disabilities, and then the beautiful, lovely, and talented Ego Wodum came out as the rich auntie with no kids. But I kept thinking about giving her a kid, if you know what I mean. Her push-off method wouldn't work with me. And then finally we had the return of Colin and Michael's joke swap, where Michael had the beautiful, lovely, and talented peace activist Hattie Davis sit next to Colin, though I wish she was instead sitting on my lap. Hartman, good God. Okay. And with Hattie next to him, Colin immediately quipped that he'd like to reintroduce the dodo Barack Obama to Africa. Michael had a great Michael Jackson joke about the kids not being believable, followed by the quip that whether you're Muslim or Jewish, you all need Jesus. With it all culminating with Colin saying that his wife, the beautiful, lovely, and talented Scarlett Johansson, was a better Black Widow than Coretta Scott King. A truly great joke swap segment and a great Weekend Update. Hartman, very good. And what did you think of the next sketch, Yankee Swap? Okay. It started with Chloe Fineman's character saying that with her kids, she lived in a no-nut household. But no way I'm not nutting on her if I live there. Hartman, I'm sure she's ecstatic that you don't. Anyway, how about the rest of the sketch? Okay. This was a very funny sketch where an office is having a Yankee swap and Kate gets Keenan's character a sickle cell anemia cure, a disease he suffers from, only for him to swap it for a boogie-woogie Santa Claus toy. Then the beautiful, lovely, and talented Punky Johnson's character mentions her mom had the disease as well, but instead of swapping for the cure, she goes for the boogie-woogie Santa as well. And I wouldn't mind boogie-woogieing with Punky, if you know what I mean. Hartman, we get it. You're a horny old man. Anyway, we'll skip Billy's second performance as you'll undoubtedly make a crude remark about wanting to bang her. What did you think of the next sketch, Cinema Classics? Okay. It was great to have the return of Keenan's character, Reese DeWatt. But boy, as funny as Kate was as Tootie, I was enthralled with the beautiful, lovely, and talented Chloe Trost as Judy Garland. That ample bosom of hers caused me to want to motorboat those gorgeous cans. Hartman, it's times like these I wish SNL was only an hour long. And finally, what did you think of the last sketch of the evening, Whiskers Are We? Okay, I liked the return of Kate's character, Barbara DeDrew, and she was joined by Billie Eilish. And what more could you ask for than those two smoke shows talking about pussy? Okay, and Dead from the Earth, We're Not Alive. It's Saturday Not Alive, starring John Belushi, Chris Farley, Phil Hartman, Jen Hooks, Norm MacDonald, Gilda Radner, Denitra Vance, and with many other special deceased contributors. Musical guest, Jeffrey Foskett, and your host, Andre Braugher. Everybody, Andre Braugher. Applause, applause, applause. Shows Braugher on stage who says, "Thank you, thank you. I was an actor best known for my roles as Detective Frank Pembleton in the police drama series Homicide, Life on the Street, and Captain Raymond Holt in the sitcom Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Over my career, I received 2 Primetime Emmy Awards, as well as 2 Golden Globe Award nominations." Applause, applause, applause. Shows Ryan O'Neal walk on the stage who says, "Thank you, thank you. I was an actor who played the role of Rodney Harrington in the soap opera Peyton Place. I later found success in films, most notably in the romantic drama Love Story, for which I was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Actor." Applause, applause, applause. Braugher. "Hey, Ryan, can I ask what you're doing here?" O'Neal. "I was going to ask you the same thing." Braugher. "Well, because of my recent death, I'm hosting this show." O'Neal. "Well, I was told I was hosting this show based on my recent death." George McGinnis walks out on stage and says, "Thank you, thank you. I was a professional basketball player who played 11 seasons in the ABA and NBA. I was a 3-time ABA All-Star with the Indiana Pacers and was named the ABA Most Valuable Player in 1975 and won 2 ABA championships. I was also a 3-time NBA All-Star with the Philadelphia 76ers and was inducted in the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame." Applause, applause, applause. Braugher. "Hey, George, what are you doing here?" McGinnis. "I was told I was hosting this episode." O'Neal. "That's what I was told." Cuts to backstage where Joe King is sitting at his desk watching the stage from a television on his desk. King. "Oh my God, what the fuck?" Jan Hooks pokes her head up from under King's desk and asks, "Is everything okay? Was it my teeth again?" King. "No, you're doing just fine, doll. The problem is that Norm triple booked the show. We have 3 hosts. Just get back to work, sweetheart. I'll take care of this." As Hooks goes back under King's desk, King yells, "Norm!" Norm MacDonald enters the office and says, "You were yelling for me, sir?" King. "Yeah, I was yelling for you. You triple booked the show." MacDonald. "I did?" King. "Yeah. Andre Braugher, Ryan O'Neal, and George McGinnis are all out on stage trying to give monologues." MacDonald. "Well, gee, that's awkward." King. "You're damn right it's awkward. Now get on stage and fix it." MacDonald leaves King's office and walks on the stage where Braugher, O'Neal, and McGinnis are arguing. MacDonald. "Hey, fellas." Braugher. "Hey, Norm." O'Neal. "Hey, Norm, what's going on here?" McGinnis. "Yeah, what gives?" MacDonald. "Well, you know, the fact of the matter is that for some reason, unbeknownst to me, despite my complete lack of knowledge and real-world experience in the matter, I'm in charge of booking for this show. And people keep dying so quickly, you know, and it's hard to keep track of. And it looks like I inadvertently triple booked all 3 of you to be the host for this episode." Braugher. "Well, how are we going to resolve this?" McGinnis. "We can shoot baskets for it." O'Neal. "Me against 2 black guys? No way." MacDonald. "How about paper, scissors, rock?" Braugher, O'Neal, and McGinnis play each other in paper, scissors, rock. Braugher shows paper, O'Neal shows scissors, and McGinnis shows rock. Braugher. "That's not going to work, Norm." MacDonald. "I'll tell you what, you know, this whole kerfuffle is carried on into the monologues a lot of time anyway. Why don't the 3 of you just band together and host it all as a team?" MacDonald puts his hand out and says, Now put your hands in, and on the count of three, we'll say hosting this stupid show together. Ready? The three men all look at each other, nod, and put their hands in. McDonald. 1, 2, 3. All four men. Hosting this stupid show together. Braugher. We have a great show tonight. O'Neill. Jeffrey Foskett of the Beach Boys is here, so get ready for Surfing USA. McGinnis. We'll be right back.